Good morning, Maymay. It was Children's Day this past weekend, so we took the kids to Jurong Bird Park. Jurong Bird Park is one of our favorite places to visit in Singapore. It's one of the largest bird parks in Asia, with a collection of more than 5,000 birds across 400 species. What I like about the aviaries is that they are designed to mirror the natural habitats of the birds, whilst also letting visitors have a sneak peek into the birds' lives. A good example of this is the Penguin Coast Room, where you get to see the penguins wandering about on the rocks, but also watch them as they dive and swim through the water. We also saw this little guy wearing a jacket, cause it gets cold in the Antarctic. The kids also like the World of Darkness, for obvious reasons. When they're a bit older, I'm gonna tell them that the night birds here are part of a witness protection program. You may not know this yet, but the Breeding and Research Center at the bird park just opened to the public last year. And it gives you a good idea as to how the bird park looks after chicks and eggs that are on the endangered species list. I don't know about you, but there's nothing more awkward and hideous looking than a baby bird. I mean, just look at this one giving me the evil eye. Anyway, cause it was Children's Day, there was a special children's program going on in the junior experts room, where there was an expert on hand to show the children about the different parts of the parrots and macaws and cockatoos. At first I thought that the lecture would be too dry for the kids because little E seemed more interested in this little girl's biscuit than in the talk. But then they brought in this beautiful white umbrella cockatoo. Just look at their little faces. They're absolutely mesmerized. As if that wasn't enough, they brought in this tiny little macaw. Just look at that little thing. Oh, would you. They showed the kids how they syringe fed the little baby with some, worm juice, which is what Jay called it. And they were allowed to ask questions about how the birds are looked after, which I thought was a really wonderful learning experience for them. It's hard to imagine that such hideous-looking little creatures would one day grow up to be such a beautiful-looking bird. I guess it's a lot of creatures on this planet that we all have to go through this awkward stage before we reach maturity. I'm kind of resigned to the fact that J and little E will one day reach this stage where they'll want to go off and sulk in a corner because they just feel lonely and awkward and, weird. And probably really angsty as well. And I hope that when they do, they'll be able to take comfort in the birds that they saw. Roald Dahl once wrote that if you have good thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams and you'll always look lovely. I agree with that. I don't think it's fine feathers that make fine birds, but fine birds that will grow fine feathers. Talk to you soon, Debs.